So my name is Helen, and over there my troublemaker is?
Hi, I'm Bryce.
And over here my
Kelly.
definitely troublemakers. And we're gonna dive into stuff because I am very much aware of the huge budgets you all have, right? So, and also I have distinct memories of watching early childhood Head Start teachers spending hours making Cinco de Mayo dresses to be worn for one session. I thought, all right, so this is what that's inspired into. But we're gonna do a little quick get note. If you have a cell phone, would you be kind enough just to mute it? If you have to have it on, please just tell me so I don't give you Helen's look of death. Which is it. And what we're gonna first do is we're gonna just get a touch base to get to know each other for a second. I'm gonna ask you to think about something you've created in the last couple of weeks. Something you've created. It could be anything, all right? So for instance, in the last couple of weeks, I created some really very impressive soup. Can't say that, I'm gonna pick I'm being recorded. What's something that you created in the last 2 weeks?
Ooh, my sixth graders in class, we've been playing with Charlotte's Web. I needed to make a web out of a hula hoop and a bunch of old fabric.
Cool. What's something you created in the last couple weeks?
I created something last night, so I made an incredibly beautiful, really terrible eggplant parmesan.
Excellent. We're coming over. All right, so stand on up. And what's going to happen is really, really challenging. You're going to go up to somebody and go, and again, because we are still COVID-y, so if you want to shake hands, great. If you want to do elbows, or if you just want to do a hip check, or if you just be like, nah, and you'll say, my name is Helen.
My name is Trevor.
And this last week, I created a roasted butternut squash soup that you would die for. And you?
I also made an eggplant parmesan the other night that...
Good. Maybe you should get lessons.
Maybe.
Okay. And then we're like, oh, that sounds, and then you're going to go over and find out. And again, we're talking about creating is everybody creates all different kinds of things, right? And I'm going to give you 3 minutes to meet everybody in the room. And go. Everybody, go.
No, I didn't mess.
Hey, what'd you create?
And switch. Come on, talk faster, y'all. And pause. Let's all say that together, ready? And pause. One more time. And pause. All together. And pause. One more time. And pause. Let's all say that. And pause. I created peace in a room that was very engaged and making a lot of noise. For those of you who've not got stuck doing the session with me, that's something I do to quiet my young people and my tall people also, because I've invited them to talk. I've invited them to be excited. You were like, I got things to say. And then if I go, and stop, you're like, but I had something to say, and it sits right here in your craw, and you're just like, I'm gonna say it anyways. And if the teacher just moves on with what the direction they were going, you're gonna finish up what you said and not know what's going on. So, and pause, what did I do to you all?
You made us co-leaders
How?
by helping us be responsible and giving us a leadership moment.
And how did I actually literally?
You invited us to say it with you.
I invited you, how? Be specific.
You said and say and pause.
Say it with me, and pause, right? And then people who are like, what the hell, I'm talking here. Other people were like, done. So again, the challenge is, what are you doing while everybody else is still doing stuff? I can be like, I can't believe she's still talking. Or I can be like, shut up, in the nicest way. Is there anything, and we don't have to, anything that you heard that you're like, ooh, I want that, or ooh, I want to shout that out? What's something that you heard from somebody else that you're like,
Her
yeah.
brownies.
Her brownies?
They came out well.
Oh. Anything else? Yes.
She's a music teacher, and they are composing a parody for the Harlem Renaissance theme, and I thought that was very interesting.
Oh, creating some art there. Anything? Yes. That's okay. Welcome to my world.
Jerseys for a Lunar New Year.
Ooh.
Helen, can I interrupt for 1 second? I'm sorry.
Hold on. Everybody give them a I've been interrupted yet again look. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, I apologize. Slight change. Lunch was scheduled to be on the 5th floor. Lunch is now on the 7th floor.
Thank you.
Okay?
Thank you for the.
Thank you, Seven.
Thank you, 7, because that's important information. All right. You know, I do not. There better be lunch. It's like the lunch is on your own. So I just wanted to sort of throw that out there because today's session. Look at even I created a list of notes. So we are all artists in some way, shape, or form. Some of us may think of ourselves as more artisty than others, but every day we are creating things. And in our theater, we're creating things. So today's session is about creating the traditional things that are in theater. The sets, the props, the costume pieces. But I want to throw it out to my 2 partners in crime, and we're going to do a little activity that just sort of assesses your relationship to maybe those elements of theater.
Hello again. If we could just maybe move the chairs that are.
Oh, yeah, we need a space.
And that and back a little bit so you guys can move back and forth.
And we're just making a pathway across the center stripe on the floor.
Look the other way. Look the other way. Don't look.
Fabulous.
Let it be. Let it be. Doesn't matter. Here we go.
So I belong to, and my students belong to a theater company that has many chapters. I don't know if you belong to it. It's called the Totally Broke Ain't Got No Money Theater Company. And often we are looking for things to make things all the time. So we're just going to do a barometer. If it is an absolutely a yes, you're going to go over by the door. If it is a yeah, nope, not at all, you're going to go over by the locked cabinets. And if you're somewhere in the middle. So, number 1. Costumes, props, and sets are totally in my wheelhouse. It is the thing I do. Totally yes. Nope. In the middle.
All right, fabulous. So the next one is costumes, props, and sets are very important to someone else in my school, like my administrator. When they come in, they expect to see a show. Completely true of you by the door, not so true of you over by the cupboards. The middle's the middle.
And just take a moment to reflect on your skills that you identified and the expectations.
Costumes, props, and sets are really important to my students. They like them.
So in my sphere of influence, in my classroom, sets, props, costumes are as close to 100% as possible done by me.
So yes is way over here, no is over here. Yeah, you making everything.
Yes, that sets, props, costumes are done by me.
And just turn to each other here and here. If not you, who? Over here, and what was the last thing you had to do? Turn to each other and just share. What was the last thing you had to create all by yourself?
Already has flats designed for our show, so.
Same, we have a so like set is here, and each set sometimes helps me with
You have a lot.
So we have a lot of and
right. PTA is great. I have a lot of parents.
And pause. Let's all do that. And pause. See how it works? Check. Worth the price of admission.
I have oodles and plenty of time to create all the costumes, props, and set pieces I need.
Ain't got no time, ain't got my hair.
And
Oh.
just for shoots and giggles, turn to the person next to you and tell them your time story really fast. So 60 seconds.
You're giving me to do, I don't have enough time to like plan.
Last one. And pause. Let's all say that. And pause.
And before I give you the next one, because I like to think metacognitively in these sessions, and because a lot of my lens on this work is somatic. I really appreciate with that strategy the way it takes sort of any action potential in our bodies and gives it somewhere to go, right? I notice that I'm a little bit here when someone just stops me, and if we can do that, I can let that drop. So I really like that strategy a lot. Last one, I have all the money I need to do what I must do.
Prop, set, and costume.
Hey, a tiny step is something. If you're like,
It's not all.
If you're like, well, I
I get $100. I get 1,000. I got some.
I can spend
You get
$100 and
some.
the spending deadline is next week. I can be here. All right, yeah, fabulous. Not unexpected, but thank you.
Yeah. And I'm sure if you do have the money and you spend it, you get reimbursed just like that. Absolutely not, she said. Yeah.
Can I just add, on that note, since we see where we are, it would be a great thing afterwards, once the session is over, everyone can maybe kind of check in and connect, because usually I find that someone has something that I need that I didn't know about. So this is a great way to like meet your theater folks and be like, hey, oh God, I did that last year, got you. Or I have that weird hula hoop you need for some reason.
Definitely. So now we're going to move in. So I'm going to invite you to make 4 groups, I think we're 20, 4 groups of 5. If you know people, don't know people, I don't care. This is a time when we get to hang out with people we know and shoot the breeze, even though you're going to be working very hard. But you make that choice. Do you want to work with new people, or do you want to work with whoever? So you've got 20 seconds to make 4 groups of 5. 4 groups of 5. How many groups? 4. How many people? 5. There we go. 3, 2, 1, 0. You ready to be Carol Merrill? How's your math? And congratulations, welcome and meet your production team. Just share your names with each other, just so you know. Yeah. I know. Just say your name a lot as you're in. So as a Helen, I would say. So you're going to work on a show, but what show might it be? Would you be right here, right here, right here? One person is going to be very brave from this group and come and decide what show. So if you don't like it, too bad. Come on in. And keep it a secret from the other group. Don't tell anybody. Pick one. And go over here. Go over here. That 5. No, those 5. These 5. Go to the other one. Come over here. 5 some. Come over here. Come over here. Don't let anybody else know. Don't let anybody know. Don't let anybody else know.
Oh, you got the best one. The other ones were terrible.
You got it? All right.
Oh, it's not. No, I'm not.
All right. And pause. So I'm going to invite you to take a couple take a couple of minutes for the people who don't know, and feel free if you want to sit on the floor, if you want to grab, and just talk. If somebody doesn't know the show, give them the short Monarch Notes version of the show. Yeah? All right, go ahead.
I was thinking, I just want the right cast for it. Like some good seniors that would be good, like cast for it.
Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
It is Matilda. It's not a math version of Matilda.
It's the Spain.
You get one.
Got it. Matilda. From Evita.
Okay.
Got it.
With Pepita.
Yes. All right. So Matilda, you don't know the story.
Not as well as.
It's about a girl. She's super genius in a family that's obsessed with TV. She likes books. She holds on the Roald Dahl book. She wants to go to school. They don't want her to go to school. She goes to school. She's
Here we go, piece of paper.
kid there, surprise. And she goes
Now
to
that you have the
meet
complete
and master
understanding of the
school.
show,
She has a teacher named Miss Honey.
you got a piece of
Miss
paper.
Honey recognizes her.
I'm going to invite your group to brainstorm as many props, sets, and costume pieces that show
Three things
needs.
that are really good to know about this show. There are magical powers involved. There's at least one flashback.
Yep.
Just in my brain, I imagine.
As many props, set, and costumes.
And
I say start with the ones that could, but also like explore, because you will pare them down. But it's useful to be like, oh, this is a list. Yep.
Like handkerchiefs, like handkerchiefs wrapped around the neck. Like dead handkerchiefs.
Doesn't something get spilled or whatever? There's also fire at the end. Where's Mickey Mouse?
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing. Yeah, some sort of second level.
It's a hospital.
I'm going to throw something out because it's a major component to the play and a problem in the production of the song. This play requires fire in some version. Right? That's going to be a big one.
You got a strong initial list, y'all? Just checking strong initial list.
It's like the vests and leather vest kind of jacket
Yep.
and stuff like that.
Got 2 more minutes. I need a list. It has to be delivered to the prop set and costume people. Just do it. Yep.
Cool. The horse. Right?
Because that's
I mean, I guess like the tea, right?
The village people. That's the weirdest way to say it.
The giant shed.
yep.
Dancing
What
dress, the
key
yellow dress,
set
the
element
stereotypical
do you
dress.
need? What key prop do you need? What's a costume signifier? You got that?
Okay. Great.
Did we have the
Beast is beast and human beast.
the dining room and also
Oh, do they all need a human look as well for the end?
Her bedroom.
oh the ballroom.
Right. Dressing. My favorite line in the whole thing when he's looking in the mirror is stupid.
Oh the mirrors. We need the mirror. We have the mirror.
Yeah, that's what I'm But I even I don't have tech time.
But remember, you're not doing it.
Exactly.
Somebody else. So if you want
Yeah.
trees, bring them the trees. Yep. And pause. All right, y'all. You've brainstormed.
Joanna did that
I'm going to do this. And pause. You've brainstormed. You've come up with maybe one. I'm going to ask you to pick the 3, if necessary, 4 key pieces that you are going to need in rehearsal, because that's going to be shared with another group. So if you can find those 3 or 4 pieces, and if you can give like 1 sentence or word description of why. Like my example is I remember as a props person, they were like, we need a pad. Big pad, little pad, like if you have in your head, like this is what it is. So 4 items, yeah, coming out.
I feel like
We're making them.
Elephant trunk.
We'll decide whether or not they're used in the show or not.
egg.
Yeah.
Definitely need the egg.
Yep,
Definitely need the bath.
3 or 4.
Definitely need tail.
So how should I describe that?
Definitely
Long
bird tail.
Now, the egg, for someone who's not familiar with it, giant. So like we're talking like the big, like a person can fit in it. Okay.
A person can fit in it?
No. It's like a
Hand prop.
hand prop.
Okay,
Yeah.
like imagining like almost a fake dinosaur egg, right? Like that's my
An
next
egg
one.
that a human can sit on. And then the other one that we said that so whether that's a flower or whatever.
You got it?
It's like the nest and the egg together.
Oh yeah, egg in a nest. So egg, giant egg in a nest.
Do we need the nest though?
Yes. The whole song is from Egg Nested Tree.
Yeah, but I feel like if you're just sitting in a location, you know what I'm saying? Bathtub, long feathered tail. Yeah, and then clover. Clover, in my head though, I feel like I need clarity on what that is. You mean like a flower and some way of creating a flower. Right. You're thinking maybe.
5, 4, 3, 2, and your list is your list. One of you is going to take your list we're going to rotate it, right? So you're going to take your list to this group. Do not tell them what show it is. You're going to take your list to this group. Do not tell them what show it is. You all are going to take it to their group. And guess what? You are not going to tell them what show it is.
Helen, I was talking too much. You say it again. I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry. You're going to take this to this place, and you are going to give them the list and not tell them what the show is, right? So, person who's delivering the news, here we go. Take it to that group. Who's bringing over the list to this one? Oh! And then one of you take your list over there.
We will indeed.
Yep. And one of you take your list over here. Don't tell them the show. Don't tell them the show. There's no rules.
Okay.
We're just playing right now, right? But hopefully we'll see what we learn after in terms of the process. On your mark, get set. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Don't worry. That right there. Everybody has a list? All right. So the director has sent a list, and this is what you got. You can't talk to the director at the moment. You're just going to do the best way you can to create.
Was there an extra action?
All right, you ready? Are you ready? You ready? You ready? This is not a race, right? You don't have to make them all, right? And we're just playing to see how we can meet this dragon of directors request. But what are the materials? I'm going to knock it over again. We got anything here can be used in any way, shape, or form. You can cut it, you can twist it. Please, you can use the scarf. Don't cut it, please, because that'd be sad. Also, materials back here. Anything in the space is not our space. We cannot use to destroy. If you're like, oh, I want to use a chair, go ahead. And we're going to give you, because I don't have my watch anymore, we're going to give you 25 minutes, maybe 20 at the moment. I'm going to say 20 at the moment, to create those elements. You all ready? Come on down. This is like the shopping store thing, right? When they go. There's stuff, the boxes you can use too. It's all those materials are open for play.
Do they eat it though, right? They're more under there.
And the next one.
Yeah.
Definitely. We don't need all of them.
Great.
Find one more, we can just attach it.
Grab that box.
Yeah.
Oh, I love these things.
We can just use my preppy sweater for the preppy jacket. Preppy jacket is one of the things. I have a preppy jacket. You told me to use that. Now we're down to three.
Grab me one of those faces. Not sure. We need to make a
There's brown. That's a great idea. How many? Brown.
Only have a scissor, right?
Got a chunk. Some markers.
Something textured.
Tape.
You need a brown.
Yeah, let's start this and make the tail like thicker or something.
Cute.
Yeah, we need to release it.
It's like they're coffee stirrers.
Steal that from you, girl.
Maybe some poster board? Because we can hold that whole like 3 chairs down.
Alright.
So if anyone can move that.
I don't want to knock it. I'll just grab a pen or a pencil as art chalk. Art chalk. Here, use this as art chalk.
Great.
Can we have a piece?
Yeah, of course. I just want to get it over.
Okay.
Want to open it? Sure. Let me get it right.
Do we want scissors? Let's see.
Yeah, we got a few pairs of scissors.
And we have scissors.
Oh, the flames coming out?
Flames and then we light on it.
Great. I'll get started on the knife then, I guess. Does that work? Awesome.
Can I okay, Sean, I want to make sure. I was thinking that I would shine a light on the fire and then the fire would be represented by a shadow. But are we doing a physical fire?
We could use this on the front of it for sparkliness in the other direction. It can be both.
Okay.
That works. We have the red and we have the yellow.
No.
We've got yellow. Orange.
Yes. You have to have a vision, tell me. Just that this is the log and the flame is on it.
I thought maybe someone's sitting here.
Okay, so build the base of the back.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
Draw the bathtub.
Sure. Yeah, I'm pushing something similar to this. And then once we can like just draw on yeah, say draw on the most floor with that and then like leave it on top.
Yeah.
I see so where do you
I just was envisioning it being like sort of like you cut like long here and then you fold it in and it makes a triangle. So then we make 4 of them. I don't know. What was I
doing an
actually
experiment?
100%. Okay, so I'm gonna do this first, and then I'm gonna make like a mane. And that way the green will tie in.
Yeah, like that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yes, definitely took it. So they're like here on this side.
And then you can put 4 slices together.
That way, right?
Yes.
I think there's definitely something to the idea that she can tell us what she was thinking when giving us the list.
If I know, I want to do it. And I guess I don't know.
Of course. I mean, barn fire would be way different. Like there's so many, of course, there's so many ways to do it.
Molly, can I hand you this for us to begin keeping that on? Yeah, I thought or do you want me to clear? I feel like I don't know.
I'm not picturing the same thing you're picturing.
I know, let's do your version.
That's my issue.
That's great. How
Is that
about
I'm having a hard time putting it to life.
I will take this off so we can double the size of that. Love.
You want a piece of cardboard?
Yeah. I see like your natural is like
Yeah.
plain
On the right team,
Really cute.
Yeah.
Is it a regular egg? So are we gonna make it crack? The egg crack?
I don't.
What do you think?
It wasn't specific.
How we bring
How? Your designer.
egg and then
Yeah, we can tape that into a cherry-like shape.
Yeah. Where do you envision it?
Is there a stapler over there? Or just tape?
Yes. There you go. Love it. See the vision.
Ooh, that looks very cake-like.
delicious cake.
Amazing.
I just want to
knock
eat
it
it
down.
up.
How did you make a bridge, you were saying?
Oh.
Okay. Oh, damn.
I didn't make it.
I have absolutely no details. Like, that's just, I have none.
They used a jig, so they used old wood that we had to use a jigsaw, and then I had to, and then like they besides the type yeah, but they do. I was really proud of myself. That's amazing. I literally
smallest toothbrush. I guess if we have more on each side.
I don't know what it is. I love it. I am so loving it.
Oh, that's perfect, yeah.
Maybe we could wrap it in this too.
Yes, to make the frame.
Well, don't make it.
Get more of them. Okay.
Oh my god, yes, we can show it to like make it. Like make it.
What I would do if I just get the stuff. Wow. Stuff everywhere. I feel like really fun, like project somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
How many are you just one? A little short.
I think that's a good spot. I mean, cutting it
Oh yeah? Make it a deck.
yeah.
Just gonna wrap it around.
I see. Yeah, that's right.
What is your vision?
I want to, I was thinking this would
Just cut it around the top.
Yellow. Can I have the yellow?
No.
Oh, that's great.
No, that's even better.
Oh, that's a little cherry on top of my cake.
Red, yeah.
I couldn't find it.
Okay, this
String is my yard.
we all have materials for the arts.
Here are small scissors. Okay, cool.
You know about that? Yeah.
Everything all right? Oh yeah. Oh okay. Yeah, just kidding. Ah okay. Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I'll make a second.
Now, should I do one big, like, mammoth, like, orange eyebrow? Or should
You could totally, yeah.
I do, maybe like really nice split.
Up to you.
Yeah, just sign up and you can get it. Really nice. And really close to the school.
about
it's really close.
7 minutes. 7 minutes.
I'm trying to talk about
It is what it is. Don't worry.
Hi, packaging tape. I see you.
Yeah, I was just ready to.
7.
You're so good. If you want to like keep things on, you're
On Broadway at the 29th. Oh, that's where I came from this morning.
Yeah.
Finish a coffee.
Oh,
Yes. I never walked on Broadway. All right, here you go. More cake.
If I could just finish one more slice
Yeah,
of cake,
they're
I will
cut.
feel so confident.
These, yeah, I like those.
You got the dust shirt. Let me
Can I cover this with
I tend to
something nice now. I think it's okay if it's white too. Like to me, it's not like it's a whiteboard. Exactly. And I mean, whiteboards have a chalkboard. Today,
and like they literally like laid out all these supplies and but I've done similar things when we've done big 3-person puppets.
Yeah, I mean, but they were like, I can't remember the premise of it, but
Yeah,
like, I definitely
yeah.
made a crowd and people would need all this stuff.
Yeah, it's, I bet they will.
so you live in a
You've got about 5 minutes. 5 minutes. I know. Time flies when you're being creative.
Glass.
Beautiful.
What are we gonna use for milkshake? Just this stuff poured in?
Can we take all like one color? Is it a chocolate? Could be strawberry.
So let's go reds and browns, is that cool? Awesome. There's not a lot. I'm gonna fold it in half.
That's exactly the thought. That one was better. I love and honestly, and then like during, I hadn't even noticed that earlier. What? Saying like you had like the kids like surrounding him during like the song. You can just take these with you. You have your cake. I was actually thinking that. I was like, could I just? Yeah, you can just take this cake with you.
We'll hang it on a hanger
Thank you.
as our chalkboard.
Other tape if you're not.
I don't know what they're doing, but that is impressive. Super cute.
Oh, wow.
It's like it's giving more Poseidon vibes than I wanted
I mean, if you had time, you'd bring your friends.
You don't have time.
That's fine. Yeah, we have. Oh, that was oh my god. Gravity was a thing.
1, 2.
Make sure I always have it. What do we think?
Amazing.
And then for some reason, I need a
Yeah.
and I had to make my own.
2 minutes, please. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes.
I don't want to throw away materials if they're going to be reused, or where should we put scraps?
I will.
And then I'll take the tape off. Thank you so much.
Milkshake.
Do you want a staple in? Or you're good?
Milkshake.
Gorgeous. Look at
Is there anything we don't have done yet?
I think we did all the things.
Awesome. That's actually freaking really impressive for 20 minutes.
I know,
That's
right?
awesome.
Look at us go. Yes, I
I really like it. The shawl collar is my favorite part of it.
I just think this should be sold.
Do you have a question?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twenty.
So there's 2 separate tracks?
19.
And then on camera?
18.
So anything during this session?
17.
Yeah, and,
16.
I can also make a note of it, like, hey, they're probably not going to use it anyway,
15.
because I'm shooting one. So it's not gonna use it.
14. 13.
Yeah, that's all. It's a
12.
completely separate track, so we can take it out.
11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 5 and we're going backwards in time. Why do I say 5 and 3/4? 4 and 3/4. 4 1/2. 3. Alrighty.
Yes!
Sorry. And pause. Let's all say that. And pause. And as a wise person has said, it is what it is, right? This is just take what Pigpen offered us, right? In terms of how we do and how we share. So what we're going to get an opportunity is for the production teams to share with their director what they've created. All right, so over here you had a show. What was the show that they gave you?
We don't know.
What was the show that they?
We know.
Yep.
Beauty and the Beast.
Beauty and the Beast. So everybody, just come on over if you can, whatever. We would love to be introduced to the props. All right. My director team, come and join, and give them, my friends, give your directors, you know those folks, a tour of what you've got. Go ahead, go meet your production team.
Lovely.
Is that the Beast head?
Yes. You asked for a mirror?
Yeah.
Yep.
So reflective.
Anna Jim, we got over there. Can we get a picture of the directing team with a production team, please? If you need to use one of the props from the directing team, you know how a directing team is always like, I have to try that.
That's awesome.
You're not the actor here.
If you squish in just a
Oh,
and 3,
Yeah. Round of applause. Hard work. All right. Get back. Go away, directors. Get back out of here. All right, my team over here. You all gave this group. Oh, hold on.
Yeah, Matilda?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Or as we like to say, Matilda. Matilda.
Your desks right here.
Classroom desk.
And your chalkboard.
Oh.
We made different kinds of cake. We tried some different things.
Oh, don't talk to me. I'm not. You got it pretty good.
Yes. Or the little one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Nice. Go take a closer look at your pies and see which one you think is most approved.
I would love to do like
Yeah, that was our thought. That height was better.
But this is great for rehearsal too.
Yes,
like-
we have a doofer, so that way,
And
in
they
case one
have
breaks, you have another cherry bell.
Yes, that is such a great touch.
Well, they put on the cherries.
And there's interesting. There's already it makes me think about the style that the show could be in. It could be cartoony. Like it could be drawn. It doesn't have to be like it doesn't have to be quote unquote realistic.
That's what we were going for.
Oh,
You really felt our vibe.
I do. I feel your vibe. We got a picture with a team. Picture with a team. All right. Let them eat cake. Ooh. Ooh. There we go.
Gotcha.
All right. Thank you, team. And you all gave this group over here?
Yes, we did.
Oh, ¿qué pasó? What?
Wow. Our mind is blown. We got some
artists over here.
So this over here is Susical? Ah, take a look. My design team, introduce it to your directors.
We can tell it's just beautiful. Yeah.
Be specific. Show them your craft. Show them your work. Go. Don't be scary. Go visit it.
The tail. Great tail.
Oh, the tail. You did more than 3.
Yeah, we show the back of it. Bathtub is gorgeous.
Would you like to get in?
I-
Water's
Yeah.
the floor.
And I'm gonna sit on the edge.
Well, yeah, sit right over there.
I'm gonna sit on the egg. So that I can warm it and then it's gonna hatch. Like clover.
Oh, look at the scrubby. Oh.
Oh, that's so cute.
Right?
Wait, can I just steal all these?
Yes, you can.
Yes.
Yes.
Great job, y'all.
Yes, you can.
This is so lovely.
Nice. We got a picture of the team. All right.
Can everybody get into the bathtub?
Everybody in the
And egg?
bathtub.
On the egg.
Oh, I'm struck. Okay, sorry. Susical.
Got it.
Excellent.
Super cute.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So my friends over here, you gave them a show. Do you all know? You probably know what the show is.
The Outsiders?
Oh man. Okay. So all our brains went, oh God, no. And then, so go see what your team created. You're allowed to leave your Susical props behind.
This is a milkshake. It's for you.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Brings all the boys to the art.
Nice.
Go ahead. Go close, my team.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, that's great.
The switchblade.
Yeah, the fire marshal, we don't have to pay for a fire marshal now.
Here, guys.
Yeah. Whoops. Careful. Oh. Those are like real jackets, not that we buy at the store, right?
Can I get everyone together to smoosh it a little bit?
Oh, look at that. Smoosh.
Everyone,
You good.
stay gold.
There you go.
The switchblade is big.
Switchblades are like, careful.
Very clever. Got it.
All right. We got everybody, yes? All right. First of all, design teams, give yourself a round of applause. And just recognize that let's just have a seat where you are if you want to pull up a chair. Oh, Lord, who put the floor down so far away? So I'm just going to invite you to reflect on your process. What did you discover about yourselves as, let's call yourselves artists and craft people? Yeah.
Not that I'm just learning this, but it's a reminder that like you can take the pressure off yourself when you find a team of people that you work with. I don't think we'd be able to come up with the ideas we came up with had we not had each other's input.
And also your students, right? Like they are the
They love to
resources
do,
too,
right?
yeah.
That you clearly where I'm going, because what, right? Other discoveries that you made about your own process and creativity.
I really like working with a ridiculous deadline.
Yes.
Forces you to think way out loud.
Yeah. I think, the work fills in the time. And for those of you who ever had to, were in art class, there was the 5-hour piece of art you've got 15 seconds to just, and we swing between those of just create something. And then somebody asked before, are these rehearsal props or are they props? I don't know. I'm seeing some stuff like, why not? Like, why not? Like, when we thought about where you all were on, who is it important to? What did you all create? And granted, you're a year old, versus young folks. But those are show ready, right? And there's some things that you're like, oh, now we've got the model. We can now make this. And why not? Because what's the role of the young people in the design process? What's needed? Yeah.
I am not someone who makes a lot of visual art and hands-on stuff. I am an actor and improviser, and I found myself, actually in hindsight now, tapping into my improvisation, sure, okay, all right, yeah, let's, Karen's gonna cut, great, yes, that kind of a thing, and I was the tape terror, tearing tape.
Yep. And I think it's also just reflect on the process of the group. What did you notice about your group and their working process? Yeah.
So I noticed that everybody took on one aspect of the backdrop and kind of made it like, this is what I'm going to be responsible for, and then everybody else just pitched in with whatever idea that they had, and people were easy to take. They took the ideas and they just ran with them. If it was something else to add on to what they were creating.
Other things you've noticed about your process?
I think the time element was helpful with that.
Especially with the short window of time. That we have.
Also, I was doing teacher time.
That makes
20 minutes was really 40. Right. Because you're like, no, but oh my God, we got to work. And then, we do have time. Yeah.
It's because we trusted each other. So we collaborated, and then it was kind of like she ran with the beast mask, and we were just, kind of looking over and like, all right, like she's got it under control. We started the mirror together, and then he went to go help with something else, and it was just kind of like he trusted me to just like, this is where we're going with the mirror, so we're going with it. And the same thing with the Lumiere hands. He got it under control, and we just kind of like trusted each other because we knew we were all on the same team.
Well, and I got the idea for the beast mask because he was saying like, oh, the fabric, I like see it, and I was like, oh yeah, I see it too. I'm gonna take it. So that was fun.
Anything else that you noticed? Anything that you all noticed about the working group process?
The joy. That's what really stood out to me, was just the joy and the playfulness. And I was reflecting, I think sometimes as a teacher that can get lost. And if I lose it, they lose it. So just the element of play being so important. That's what I think.
And within that, I'm really into creating space for discomfort. Who experienced any moments of discomfort or worry during this? Yeah, thank you. Right? How did those show up? For me, it always shows up before we begin, thinking, well, we can't make something good. And then I need to be drawn along by the process, and sort of, it proved to me as things start to evolve. How did it show for you?
I was definitely on the other side of that. I had one of the switchblades I made, and the second I was done with it, it was like, okay, this is finished. My brain went, okay, here's the next iteration of that, because there's different ways to do it. And I was like, oh, but there's other things to get done.
Yeah.
Please. I felt like in my brain I saw like how I wanted the hands to look, and as I was doing it, I was like, it's not looking like that. And I'm someone that will normally like beat myself up, and I'm like, no, it has to be this. Like, this is what I want. And just in the moment, I was like, well, I have duct tape and I have pipe cleaner, and I was like, just wrapping it around, and I was like, it's clear, no one's gonna see it. So just like getting out of my own.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Who else has had that experience of how it has to look getting in the way of how it could look? Yeah. Thank you for that.
This is like the theater version of Chopped.
Hold on a second, sorry.
I feel like that goes back to like the expectation from like administration, and it's like I can only think of like an experience where last year we did The Little Mermaid, and it was a very stressful time, and like our school does not have like technology to make Little Mermaid look like Little Mermaid. So borrowing from people and like spending hours bedazzling old sports bras from my sister-in-law and like mermaid tops and everything, and for administration to be like, oh, it was good, but like we were expecting expecting it to be this, and I was like, as if I didn't feel like, as if we didn't, because Molly is my coworker, I'm like, as if we didn't feel a little bit defeated from like the process of it all. To hear that, it was like, I'm bedazzling at night, I'm bedazzling in the morning, I'm bedazzling on my way to
Did you expect this to happen, and with what?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And like both of our schedules, like neither one of us have a schedule that really allows for
Any time for us to work together on
right
anything.
or collaborate. So like it's just, and like the students, like I don't know, like they want us to do specific things. So like we also don't have these materials. Like, so if I'm getting these materials, it's as much as we can both provide. And so like, and we start the rehearsal process in October, and our show is the first week of June. So for props like this to last that long is very rare. So it's just like the expectation of it, it's like, yes, this is great. But then like when we do have stuff like this, it's like, this is the stuff that we use a lot for Little Mermaid. It was like, oh, well, we expected it to, I'm like, did you want an ocean on the stage? Like, what did you want?
Yeah.
You know? So.
For the record, man, those are dope.
Yeah.
And you know, thank you for the people for sharing about that. And I say that not to sort of step on the joy, but to recognize that for a lot of our students, the gateway into that joy of discovery is going to be through a certain amount of worry and discomfort, depending on their experience in school and their level of success, both in our classes and in the rest of their day. And just sort of always thinking about how we're creating a container where we can travel through the discomfort to get to that moment.
Yeah. And I think, you know, the next question is adaptations you might make for your young people, right? You can't, for middle grades, don't let them go to the buffet. It might be that everybody gets it's like the shopping cart thing. Everybody gets to walk around and go, ooh, 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 and then you send one person to take something, right? I also think you can sort of make your list and say, I'm giving you a design challenge. You make this, you make that, you make, so there's not like multiple things. So you just see what they come up with. It's like, we need flowers. Okay, let's make flowers. And also, I'm very, like, I like pulling the curtain away. I like the theater magic, but I don't like people not knowing what it took. If you're not educating your parents or your young people, your audience to what it is. Like, so we're about to do Little Mermaid. I want to introduce you to the set and how we built it. Boom, boom, boom. Guess how much money we spent on it? Wrong. Guess how many? To a degree, like I'm a little sassy. I'm also not in your position. But like what, if you're putting out a program, flip it over and say, how many hours did we rehearse? How many, like put it there so that they've got something to go, oh, I would have a little more. I'm like, excuse my bill, then give me the time, give me the money. It's like, I'm so glad you wanted more. I want more too. So how can we work together to get more? Because time. And we've all, somebody, again, going back to rehearsal props versus not. Yes. Don't, like, how do we avoid spending money? And also, if you don't create stuff, you don't realize, oh, I don't need that. You spend money, and you're like, I'm going to get 15 mirrors. And then the first graders are like, I can't hold a mirror. So using those things. And what is a mirror? What mirror is a plate with a, work on that. Why are we creating all this stuff?
It's one of the things I like about School Musical. It says in the script specifically to leave as much to the imagination as possible on the set.
Yep. So we put a lot of pressure on and go, yep. The last question before we have to go away. Yes, look at that. Damn. We're so good. We're so good. We're so good. If you were to do a session like this with your young people, you just went through it. So how would you assess the quality, execution, focus, like what are the things that if you could like go and look at what the process was, what would be the assessment rubric? What were the statements that you might have that you could say, yeah.
Collaboration.
I was just thinking the same.
Who did what? Did you work together? Was there a fight? Right?
Yeah.
Just working together.
Yep.
Staying to task. Did you follow the instructions as were given and,
Anything? Yeah.
You, I think said for us to make pass four objects on, so like that could be a way, did you create four, or whatever the amount.
Yeah, 3 or 4, yep.
When I taught junior high school, I used to do something that was a little evil, but I liked it. It was an anonymous grading of the other members of your group.
Yeah.
Yep.
No names, no nothing. What was everyone responsible for? What grade would you give them and why?
Yep. And I'm just recognizing the socialization that was able to happen over the thing. We so often don't get time, do your task. Well, I am doing my task, but I'm like, so did you see were you watching Unrivaled? Oh my God, so good. Yeah. I was like, I think is she's going to be an MVP. Like, oh, okay, but we're still doing a chance because how do we collaborate? We talk and learn about each other and think. And also those unthings, like, how did you all feel? What are some of the words that came up for you? Proud, I hear it. There could be a popcorn group.
I think the surprise, the fact that I tend to get a little ambitious and I don't, I think too far ahead, that then realizing that, oh, I have all these things in my classroom. I have paper plates, I have foil, I have pipe cleaners, I could make a mirror out of that. The simplest things sometimes are not the first thing that occurred to me.
Yep.
So just scaling back.
Yep. And the amount of stuff that we throw away. I was like, oh, all these boxes. Stop throwing away. Egg cartons. Put a boxo at the front desk. Like, recycle, renew, reuse, recycle. Because that was Kelly's prompt, was tell them to bring in something that they were about to throw away and something that they clean from their recycling bill. But that you all didn't know what you were going to be in until you showed up, so surprise. But there's something about just making things. How often do young people get to make things? How often do they get to work with tape and scissors and wrap yarn? They don't. Yeah.
I'll just add that you know, anything that's like been weighing on me, like I wasn't thinking about any of that stuff. I'm just like preoccupied in the work. So it's kind of a relief too. So I think the kids who bring something from home that they're dealing with that you don't know, you know, it might be something that they remember.
Yeah.
You know, when they do go home. So,
Craft.
yeah.
And just taking pictures of the things and showing them back later and going, oh, remember when you made this? This is what it became. This was our process. This was our pig pen process. Yeah.
I don't know about anybody else, but for me, art is therapy.
Mm.
When I do art, I'm in another realm almost, because it helps me to decompress if I'm uptight, and I'm just able to, I think I work my best with art when I'm doing something with my hands, arts.
Right. And I work my best when there's music in the background. It might not, but it also might be like too much to it, and I'm recognizing time. Any last brilliant moments from you all?
I was just gonna say, invite them in, right? And a thing that really works, even if it's a lie, it's a good one, is my kids so want you to come and play with them and have them do this in your room with you. Let them find out how long it takes, let them see how much fun it is. And it's a fun way to do it, to get them in.
I was just gonna say, like, you said, like, what I was thinking is, like, I feel like so often, and I'm sure I'm not the only one that feels this, but, like, the fun and the joy of what we are teaching sometimes is not there because of all the other nonsense of, like, the school atmosphere, and the expectations, and I'm someone that normally is like, I have to be in control of this situation, and I kind of, like, in the group, kind of, like, took a step back and just, like, listened and just did what I knew I could do. But it was like a moment of, like, fun for me. And I just was thinking, like, talking about, like, the students, and, like, it just makes you realize, like, talking about how, like, it's an escape for them, and it's like a moment that they can focus on something and be, I said before, like, proud of something that they made. And even if it's not what we think it should look like or want it to look like, it's still a moment for the student to be proud of something that they worked on. So, like, prime example, like, there was something in our show of Little Mermaid last year. One of the students made a boat, and, like, I just remember being like, that is not what I wanted the boat to look like. That's not it. But I was like, you know what? We figured out a way to make the boat work on the stage, and it was like a moment that that student was, like, extremely proud of, and it was like their one contribution to the show, and it just, like, makes it that collaborative experience.
Brilliant. And I think, again, why and for whom, and what is it that you want your young people to feel and experience and walk away with, and also for you. What do you want to feel and experience? And if you're like, I'm just stressed, well, less is more. Simplify.
3 things, then I'm going to thank you so much for doing. The first is, we would love for any hardware, tape, scissors, right, and any whole unused supplies to come back to the table. The second thing is your finished pieces, if you put them over on that bench. And the third one, because I don't know where there's a trash can here.
Right behind.
Oh, fabulous. Scraps and bits that can't be reused, if you would please help us out by putting those in the trash can so we can reset to the next session.
Thank you.
So
Thank
much.
you. Woo!